Welcome to Done Deal.
Oh shit! Let me get over there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Done Deal. I am just getting it started here. Now my video feed just cut out on me. Lovely.
Oh, so bad. Here I am, 100% prepared. Boy, oh boy.
All right. So how are things, everybody? I am Facebooking at the moment.
Oh, good. Let everybody know.
I
We're
am.
talking about the deals. Hey, Texas girl, Sammy Cake, Granny, Big Bam, Big Tigger. Oh, I love it. How could I not love that name? How's everybody doing tonight?
So, Tiger.
Oh, Joe.
Look, did you get any bait mail this week?
No, don't put me on the spot with that one because this week was actually a really slow one for vape mail, and there was a couple little things that came, but nothing really earth shattering. I got some of the tips I'd ordered in from Fast Tech, and I actually like that one. Those are the ones with the VA on them. We won't talk too much about that. But it looks really good on the Nautilus with the Vapor Shark because it kind of ties in the black. So yeah, breathed a little bit of pizzazz into the Nautilus. How about you,
I
Joe?
got quite a bit of vape mail this week. Sorry, my for some reason I got a crash on Firefox from Vapors TV saying I needed Java. I needed Flash, even though I had Flash installed. That was really weird. I got a ton of vape mail this week. Tons of juice. I got this, which I'm vaping on right now. This is the Kangar Aero Tank Mega. Now, what is the Kangar Pro Tank Mega, or the Aero Tank Mega?
Joe, tell us what it is.
It's a monstrosity. It's everything you'd want the Nautilus to be. It looks good. The Nautilus kind of looks like this
Someone
science project.
someone early on said it has the look of a medical device, and I've kind of adopted that, but it's grown on me because of how good it is.
Right. Well, the Kangar Pro Tank, the Aero Tank Mega, looks awesome and vapes slightly better. I will put this up against it. Right now, I'm using it in metal tank form because it comes with the glass and metal tank. I have it in the metal tank form because I like that hardcore, dominant look, just pure stainless. It vapes just like a Kayfun.
Now, Joe, is that deal available to Canada? Stellan Puffer's saying she doesn't think she can get one.
I don't know. I don't think Vapor. I don't think Vapor Beast ships to Canada. But is anybody in Canada selling right now?
Not that I'm aware of. We'll have to do a little digging. Oh, no problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Yeah, I don't know anybody.
Done the digging.
Let me think. Does Sun Vapors ship to Canada, Tiger?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he does. And yeah, Vapor Beast does not. Evil has confirmed that. I always forget that one, Eva. I check every time. And do you think I can remember? Mm-mm.
But these, if you can get your hands on one, these rock. And then I got myself one of these. Everybody's talking about them. Everybody's going crazy over them. This is the Chana, aka Hannah, aka backwards Hannah, Anana, whatever you want to call it, clone. $52 on Fast Tech. or 101 Vape will shoot them over to you for $69. Now, this one's a little different because this one uses LiFePo packs. They're little battery bags. Now, inside, we opened it up. Me and Smokey opened these up and looked at the guts. The wiring's pretty damn good. Now, somebody asked, is this the FastTech version? Yes. And how do I know that? Because FastTech is the only... FastTech and A to Z Vapor World, where I got this, are the only companies selling the DNA 20 version of this. So this is the black box. It's the LiFePo bags. It's what FastTech has. Now, in all respects, this looks, feels, and vapes like a DNA 20. I don't know if you can see this. Let me wait for the display to go off. It's gonna make me wait. Anyway, wait, it's about to go off. Give me a second. All right, it's fooling me. Anyway, when you turn this on, it flashes. It flashes DNA. I mean, evolved DNA. So the next question is, how did they get this chip? Originally, I thought Evolve was involved in the making of this chip for China, and later I found out they weren't. They just blatantly deny getting involved in this. No pun intended. But apparently the source code for the chips were leaked, and China got a hold of them and made the chip. I own 7 DNA mods, and this is just like any other DNA mod I've ever used. I could put here. Let me put here. I have a DNA 30 cyborg here. Just take this off. Put it on the channel. It's great. A piece of solid aluminum. The back unscrews here. Two screws, which will show the LiFePo bags, and/or you can convert this to an 18650 if you like. The wiring inside, a little messy. I mean, there's a lot of wires going everywhere, but thick, heavy wiring. They use shrink tubing. It's a great mod.
And Big Ben, no worries about the length. Actually, I'm glad you shared that one as well, because Joe's is the mini, and the one I shared is the full size that uses the 18650 instead of the LiPo pack. So, you know, now we've got all kinds of options for folks out there. So, no, that's great. That's great. Thanks for sharing that.
There are reports that the 510 connector can be wonky on this. I've had it for 5 days now, and I haven't had a single issue with it. But in all intents and purpose, I'm holding a Hanomon in my person. Now, if you look here, there's a different brand on it. It's A to Z Vapor World, called the Genome. But works great. So the link that Tiger gave, if you're looking at one of these mods, if you were on the fence, I have 0 problems with it. And let's see, anything else? Just tons of juice, which I'm not really going to get into. I'm more of a hardware kind of guy when it comes to the show and tell things. Just give me a second. I got some drip tips, but lots of juice, a little bit of hardware. So that's it on as far as the hardware is concerned with my show and tell of the evening. What I've gotten.
Well, I just remembered I did get something. Now, it's kind of minor, but for those of you who are wondering about them, I grabbed myself a couple of those newer EVOD style atomizers, but that don't have the EVOD style top. They've got a 510 connector, and guess what? They work beautifully in and look great in. That's right, the K1000 pipe. I've always been looking for something a little lower profile, a little slimmer that would go in here. And when I saw that, I thought, I wonder if it'll work. Now, of course, I needed a 510 to Ego connector for adapter to make that work. So I've got that in there, and then the atomizer, of course. Now, the pipe stem, you'll see there's a little gap. Not the end of the world, and I'm finding that because of the double O-ring, it still sits nice and firm in there. It's not wobbly, and it works pretty decent. Needs a little warming up.
Viva says those come in wood now.
Oh, the K1000 in a wood style. Interesting.
Love that wood, baby.
A little thinner, more like an Ego vape on that one, but I mean, I might mess around with some lower resistance heads. These come bundled with a 1.6. I'm going to see if I can get a 1.5 or something like that. Anyway, just thought I'd show you because I thought it looked pretty good in there.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it. Now, Sammy Cakes asks, do you think the authentic handle will drop, and will the prices of DNA mods in general drop? No, I think they're going to fade away. Unless Evolve comes out with something new because of the SX350 chip somebody put in there. You know, the SX350 chip is 35 watts, and there are rumors jumping back and forth. Either they're coming out with a new chip, or the SX350 can now be upgraded to 50 watts. So Evolve is like behind the times. China's really taken the lead on all this. And with the clone like this and the new SX chips that are coming out, I don't understand why anybody would still buy a regular Evolve DNA 30 for $250. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sure there'll be people out there, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, is like something like a ZNA fully worth the money you're going to spend on it. There are exceptions, but normally speaking, if you're paying $250 for a box mod with this chip in it, you're crazy. Absolutely crazy. But hey, you know, to each his own. I mean, whatever. If you choose to, have fun.
No comment.
Okay, so Tiger, you have an excellent battery deal.
Before that, actually, I have news.
Oh, that's right. You know, smack me. You're allowed to smack me on this one. You're absolutely allowed to
Just gotta get it lined up. VaporJoe's Canada passed 6 million hits, and that's pretty exciting because I remember last year, Big Bounce just right there with the dancing. I love the dancing. Last year around this time, you know, getting ready to launch VaporJoe's Canada, we launched actually on May 25th, so we've got our anniversary coming up as well. And your blog had just turned 6 million hits strong, and that was the very first graphic I prepared for you as a congratulatory graphic. And now here we are a year later, we're celebrating 6 million hits, and you're pushing close to 30 million, looking at 24 million hits in a year's time. That's craziness. A million hits every 2 weeks.
Right. I was, you know, it was really funny when Tiger brought that little story to me. I'm like, it's just too perfect. 6 million when she first started, and then her exact 1 year anniversary, she has 6 million. I was like, okay, you know, like it just sounded too perfect, but it's absolutely 100% the truth.
Gotcha.
Oh, wait, there it is. Somebody just put an old post to my blog. There it is. Yep. Incredible. And that was June 2nd.
Oh, there we go.
June 2nd of 2013, and we're on. Yeah. Okay. So actually, Tiger, you did it faster than a year compared to me.
Just a little bit faster than a year, because our year's anniversary is, of course, May 25th. So we're about 3 weeks ahead of schedule. So
right. So, but either way, the closeness of it is, it was just really crazy, and I'm very proud of you.
Aw, shucks. Thanks.
Well, no, when you know, the story of Tiger and when we first met in the Hangouts, I was looking for a Canadian arm of VaporJoe's. I fell in love with the Canadian community because there was no drama, there was no There was no none of the bullshit that happens in the American community. The Canadians are much more civil people. They, if they have a problem with someone, they take them behind the building, shoot them in the head, and just kind of end it right there. There's no drama. There's no need to.
No.
And I like that about them. So, so when I wanted to start this Canadian arm, I saw Tiger in the Hangouts, and she was futzing around finding deals for people. It wasn't necessarily vaping deals. It could have been something for children or wipes or baby diapers or whatever. She was always just kind of munging around doing whatever she wants to do. And I'm like, I think that's the person I need. Because to do a Canadian version of VaporJoe's, I needed a Canadian. I couldn't just do it myself.
And you needed somebody who loved a deal.
So we got Tiger, and off we are, and here she is, basically emulating me to a T. It's great.
Uh-oh, that's
absolutely
scary.
Great. Well, she's far more true. She's easier to look at.
Well, I think it depends who you ask, Joe. Well, thank you so much. But yeah, you're right. I think here we are. We're 17 minutes past the hour. Let's talk. Yeah, all Tiger's getting a goatee. No, ain't no Band-Aid. No.
But there's a picture of you.
There is some Halloween hijinks. You just never know what can happen that night. But that will probably be the only time. In any case, let's move on to a battery deal. This is a good deal right now on an 18650 IMR, 566 a piece. Those ship from the US, and yes, they ship to Canada. Yay! So these are a perfectly decent style. I've been using some of these myself, and they're great for your regulated mods, and you can use them in your mechanicals. You just don't want to push down into the sub-ohms on these ones. For any moderate builds, you'll be just fine.
Right. I use the EH brand a lot. I mean, if you use a Z-Max, a V-Max, any SVD, Vamo, any regulated device, these work absolutely perfect. I'm not sure the amp rating on them as far as mechanical is concerned, but I'd probably not use these on mechanicals. But tons of people, like I said, have regulated devices or 3.7 volt devices. Some people still use silver bullets and bombshells and bolts and things like that. These work great too. So for $5.66, fantastic deal. No reason not to buy them, and they're 2,000 mile, pretty decent battery life on them.
Now, Sammy Cakes, to answer your question, 10 amp, they don't specify, so neither have I. Now, I would expect these to fall between 6 and 10. So again, for your moderate builds, it's going to be okay. Don't push it. You don't want to be going down to 0.5 or anything like that on these ones. Yeah. For that, you're looking for a battery built to do that. Right. Janet Vapes Happy, you caught me. You're asking button top? No, I used the stock photo. I had the ones that it actually links to are the flat top. Now, you got me curious though. I'm just going to check and see if they have the button top at the same price, because now you've got me very curious. So let's have a quick look here. And no, right now the button top are going for $6.99. So it is only the flat top on this deal, and I thought I could sneak that by on the photo, but you caught me.
Yeah, I know they sell button tops. Yeah. While you're there, sorry, I was looking at something Big Band Boom sent. While you're there, they also have a great deal on 18500s. So click Tiger's link, go over there. They also have a great deal on 18500s for those who want to use the smaller profile regulated devices.
Right. Alrighty. I'm just queuing up another link here. Doot. Now,
Would that be the Vamo?
it is not new news, but well, it should have been. Where's my Vamo? Okay, let's. Okay. You know what? You can flick me back because apparently, for all my big talk about being 100% prepared, I did drop that ball. All right, let's go find the Vamo. There she be. And yeah, not the newest news by any stretch, but I still considered it big news. This is an incredible price on a really decent mod. Sometimes there's people who are really down on them. I got nothing good things to say about them. I've had one for over a year now. Now, admittedly, these days there's other toys on my desk, and it doesn't get as much use and loving as it used to. But it's been a workhorse, and that's how I've always referred to these puppies. They are workhorses. And, it's not like a Provari. Provari you drop on the floor, and you pick it up, and you keep vaping, and you check the floor for damage. Provari comes with a price tag that reflects that. Vamo, right. You can pick one up now. A V5 in the stainless steel finish looks fabulous for $26.50. Now, you can't beat that.
Now, was there a coupon code?
For that one, let me just remind myself if the coupon applied to that. No, that one is on sale, so the coupon doesn't apply to it. That $26.50 is the final price.
It's not on sale anymore.
No! Did they take it off sale already? Oh.
Yeah, so is there a coupon code to bring it back down?
There is a coupon code. Let me... now, I don't think it'll bring it all the way back down, but it will help you a lot. My apologies, folks. Let's see. Coupon code for the Vamo.
Regardless.
Almost, Bud Johnson. It's, there we go. So, we'll have to check this out here. So yeah, that's going to give you $3 off. It's going to drop it back under $30 for you, but I guess the really good buy's over.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Vamos, I was just at a brick and mortar a few weeks ago, and, I want to know, I'm like, so what is your biggest seller? Vamo. To this day, the Vamo is still an extremely popular device for vapors, and for good reason. They're a workhorse. They don't, they're like the AK-47 of devices. They work in rain, snow, sleet, or shine. I had the same Vamo I bought. My first Vamo, I put a skin on it. It still works.
Well, what some people really like about this, and certainly I don't go around recommending it because there's people, there's batteries out there that aren't, good batteries and so on and so forth. But if you know what you're doing, you understand what the implications of this are. Vamo is designed for battery stacking. So you can use the tube differently. You can run it in 18-50 mode for a nice small format mod. You can run it in 18-650, or you can stack 18-350s in it and get the extra pow. So that's a nice Chevy exactly.
Now the Vamo, the only way I use my Vamo is stacked.
Oh.
It's always stacked 350s if I use it. For those who remember old school VMAX, which was the Provari clone back in the day, you could only use the only way you could use a VMAX was in stacked 350 mode. I took that over to the Vamo, and when you stack in a Vamo, it is far better than just using an 18650. Problem is, if you stack 350s in a Vamo, you will loosen the spring to the point where 18650s won't work in it anymore.
Mm.
So once you start stacking 350s, you pretty much have to stack 350s in the Vamo unless you get a new spring. But other than that, it's fantastic. Like I said, I still have the same first Vamo ever bought. Works great.
Yeah. Same here. And actually, from a standpoint of that, mine was one of the early ones that had the really poor spring that just collapsed with no strain to speak of whatsoever. So I replaced it with a decent quality, not too Hemi, but a decent quality flashlight spring. Works great. So there's an idea as well. So Joe, what do you got?
So Tiger. All right, so black PVD, it's the newest rage. Everybody wants to talk about these damn black PVDs. We got mods, we got Kayfuns, but they came out with a Omega with a specific logo on it. The logo is kind of, sort of, almost like what's called a site called Vaping Tech, or not Vapor Tech. Don't get that confused. It's called Vaping Tech, and it's the dude with the two PVs going in the opposite directions. Now this is black PVD, which is basically I like to call it anodization for stainless steel. Basically, they stands for particle vapor deposition, and it bonds the coating to the stainless steel. And for $7, you can't go wrong. It looks good. It's attractive. It's got that cool etching on it. Comes with the drip tip. Big old honking holes on each side of it, and it's just a good dripper. And if you have a black mod, you need this. If you're a dripper and you have a black mod, you need this. It's got 3 posts, good for single coil or dual coil builds, and like I said, for $7, can you really go wrong?
Look great on so many of the black mods that are available now too.
Yep, and like something like the Panzer, or what else is up there in black?
Well, the Enzonic was one of the first ones to come out in that black PVD finish. We've got Chiyus now that are out in black. You said the Panzer. And of course, you can get the black tubes for your Nemi, or a complete aluminum with the black Nemi. That would look great on there too, because you'll have the silver trim from the accents. Look great.
Now somebody says those air holes are in the deck, almost useless. I'm confused. I'm looking at the those air holes, and I'm seeing you just spin the top. All right, there's a picture in the room, Tiger. Sammy Cakes put it in there.
Okay.
Now explain to me what's wrong with this dripper. So I've heard this a couple times. I see the holes. You just spin the holes from the top cap to match the holes in on the bottom by the deck. Do you see anything wrong with this?
Now, is the band that the holes are immovable on the deck, or is that a single piece not useful? Because in all fairness, I would like to see the holes where the coils are, not where the posts are.
Right, but as you can see in this picture, the hole is right next to the coil. I mean, it's literally
not the picture I'm looking at. The holes are right lined up with the posts.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay, well, it's lined up with the post, but I mean, it's in my. I mean, when I drip, I mean, if you need it directly in front of the coil, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
But does that spin on the bottom of the deck?
That I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with that atomizer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, Sammy's saying that ring does not move.
Well, I mean, I can see your point then. where it's right up. It's the two holes are lined up against the screws,
Now, I guess the
rather than.
Now, the one saving grace with that is this. Those are big holes. I would run that puppy wide open and just draw hard. Because one of the things you want, and that's going to give you great vapor and flavor, is turbulence in your cap. Now, having that air coming in across those posts and having to break up and move around it, it's going to cause all kinds of crazy air currents in there. So, definitely you won't want to restrict it at that point. I would say run that puppy wide open and just give her.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that. When I saw that picture, I was like, I thought the ring around the bottom of the deck moved. I didn't realize that it was a stationary ring. And so now looking at it, I'm like, oh.
Carnaggia and Sammy have another terrific answer too, and that is put a whole bunch more holes in the deck. Big deal. You can adjust the cap to which ones you want open. So
that's true.
Run it how you want. That's not thick metal. It's easy to drill.
That is true.
3 holes in the cap, Big Bam Boom, allow you to open only one of the holes in the deck when you think about it. Because you can either line it up so both of those holes are lined up and open, or you turn it that quarter turn and then you get only one of them drawing. So it depends how you built it and how you want the airflow and whatever works best for you.
Yeah. So if you're going to get this RDA and you need your holes next to the coil, you're going to have to drill. So that's good. Now that I know that, I can update the post with that. I didn't realize I thought the bottom ring spun. My bad. But no biggie. It's only $7.
There's always a fix. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. There's often a fix. So, well, the next one I've got is just plain fun, in my opinion. We saw some great cases come out recently, and black, they hold lots of stuff. I grabbed one. Actually, you know what? I lied to you a little bit, Joe. I did get some vape mail. The black cases that they showed up, and I was assuming to show up in my nice dark room, but lots of space in there. Oh yeah, you can really appreciate that in the dark. Okay, trust me. Okay. There you go. See all the little pockets there, and the big pockets there, and the square pocket for like your box mod in there.
That's a big freaking case.
Well, next to my head, yeah, it's pretty big. So those are great. But then this week they came out with these, and they're leopard and zebra print, and yeah, you don't even have to ask. I ordered one of those. So under $10, really great looking, red lining. I mean, yeah, for sure. I'll save the black one for someone who needs it, and you know which one's going to be mine.
Big Bam Boom asked if I see the pattern. Absolutely. I saw the pattern. The one she has there, I like, and when the black one, the leopard and zebra print, definitely female-esque. Yeah, I won't be rocking a zebra or leopard print one, but I like it inside. I like the red and the black. That I like. I think that's really cool. They need to make the red and black for a man would be awesome. Black, blue, green, maybe orange for Tower of Ape. But yeah, I won't be rocking that. But for the price, buy one for your girlfriend. If you're a chick, buy one. They hold. Looks like they hold. Now, how much is it now? What you have right now in your hands, the black one, is that the same exact thing, except this is just in leopard and zebra print?
No, the inside design is different. Now, unfortunately, the light wasn't picking it up really well, but I think you got an idea there. Let me just twist it a little bit till the light catches it better. That those are little mesh pockets there in the see. There you go. Your mods would slide in there, okay? You've got the little mesh pockets with a padded, there's a little bit of firm padding to it, okay? And then on this side, you've got some elastic loops to put stuff through, and then the larger pocket for a square or a box mod or something like that, okay? So you can see the configuration, the layout inside is a little bit different.
That's the construction.
not half bad. The zipper, one of the things I always look at on something like this is the zipper, because that's going to be your weakest point. It's going to be the first thing to go. And in all fairness, they've sewn it in nicely. There's no points on the seam where it gets too close, and wants to bind. It makes the corners nicely. It feels pretty firm. The detailing on the strap is riveted in so that, that's nice and firm. Overall, I think for what they were charging for these, they're a great deal.
Beats, $50 or $60 for a case. So
YKK
yeah, I think that's great.
Wants to know who made the zipper. Oh, do you know what? It is an unbranded zipper. But from what we know, it's more than likely YKK. I think they've kind of got the corner on the zipper market.
All right, how do you guys know this?
I'm a seamstress, Joe.
I
don't know how Truth Seeker knows, but...
I'm a little freaked out. How do you know who makes the zipper? That's like so specific. Like, he's like YKK, the Proveria of the zipper market.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I have no idea. Okay.
That's
awesome,
okay,
though.
TVV. You know what? That's good that you don't like leopard print stuff. That just means there's more for me, because I love it.
Everybody's like, it's stamped on 99% of the zippers you own, Joe. I'm glad, but I never look at the stamping on my zippers. Like, I just don't. But I'm just saying, But I'm, you know what? That's a good bit of trivia. That's something I could, that'd be good. Like something I could say to, to somebody when I'm in a game of trivia. Be like, so what's stamped on all zippers that you own?
Alrighty. Well, moving right along, sort of in keeping with the feline theme of these cool little addies, or these cool little bags. We've got. Let's change the image.
Now, if anything was a TygerTyger pimp, this would be it.
I love the Atomizer. I really, really do. I can hardly wait for this puppy to show up. I'm really stoked. The Atomizer, we dubbed it, and I'm really excited about the possibilities here. Now, without having it in and without having played with it, I'm not totally prepared to say, but let me speculate with you for a little bit. We'll hypothesize together. What I'm seeing here is an inner cap, and I'm pointing that out to you there, okay, made of steel, and then you've got your outer cap, which is gold-plated, that fits over. Now you'll notice the air holes in the top will be covered by this ring here, so it allows you to adjust your airflow, but that air will come in those holes, stream down this open space here, and come in the holes where your coils are. Now, to me, that does a couple things. First of all, it just looks freaking cool. Secondly, I see an air-cooled atomizer. Nothing like getting rid of some of that heat at the top by streaming fresh, cool air right past it. And then, of course, the drip tip is included, and they've given a 2-part drip tip with the Delrin to bring the heat down even just a little more. I think this thing's got lots of potential, and I can hardly wait to get it in my hot little hands and fire it up and see what I think. But in any case, I can hardly wait to rock it because it's just so damn cute.
Well, now that little centerpiece, that little stainless steel centerpiece that goes over the build, since it's so small and tiny, wouldn't that be a reducer too, in a sense?
Absolutely, Joe. And as we know, when you reduce that chamber, you increase the flavor. So it's just win after win with this thing. It looks like. We'll find out.
And the funny thing is, when this went live on Fast Tech, that same day, the legit version went live on another website. It was $129.
Ooh.
I was blown away. I was like, what? And it looks exactly the same. Like, I was shocked because I saw the cat. I'm thinking in my head, now the legit version went live first, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I want to get that for Tiger. She would really like that. Little smart cat on the front, the whole thing. I'm like, I'm going to buy that for her. And it just, it just left my mind. I woke up the next morning, and these went live on Fast Tech, and I'm like, holy shit! I just saved like $120. Because I didn't think this
Good to
would ever be
procrastinate,
closed.
Joe. You give me such a hard time for procrastinating, but you see, sometimes there's a good reason.
Yeah, there's no way in hell that, if this is on there for, hold on, my headset is flickering. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so there's no way in hell that the legit version's worth, $120 more. There's just no. I don't care what it does. It's still not worth, this is $9. It's, 1/20th the price or what have you. You know what I mean? Or 1/12th the price or what have you. I mean, it's just so cheap. If you like the cat print, if you own cats, if you know a girl who's into cats, if you know people, somebody who's like Tiger, of course, this is a must-buy. It's a great design. It's a unique design, and how many did you buy, Tiger? How many? Dozen?
Just one, to be really honest. Like, we'll give it a try and see what we think, and then if it's a real winner, I may need to pad the. I may not have to start a Vape Apocalypse box like yours.
Yeah, I slowly but surely have taken a few things out of the Vape Apocalypse box and just kind of, messed around. But I have to tell you that, the level of what's been coming out as far as rebuilders, and when I started my Vape Apocalypse box, I mean, we're talking like the Squib tank, the Squib RDA, and the Phoenix version 4. Is that what I have in there now? I mean, we've come such a long way. It's not even ridiculous. I'm going to take out the Vape Apocalypse box, and people would just laugh. They would be like, "What is this?"
You'll need to start a museum of unused antiquities in the vape world.
Yeah, it's like the Model T of vaping. You know what I mean? It's just terrible. I mean, they work, but I mean,
well, and it's funny, Joe, because
vaping,
a year ago when I was learning to rebuild, that was all the hot stuff, and things moved so fast in the vaping community that in a year, what we were bragging about is now kind of laughable in some cases. Some stuff is timeless.
Yeah, I mean, nobody was talking voltage loss a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? They put the rebuildable on, and they go, oh my god, I don't have to buy a new atomizer. I could just put the wicked wire in the 2 screws and push the button and it works. And they're all happy. Now it's voltage, it's a completely different beast. So I think I'm going to have to start clearing out the Zombie Apocalypse box of the older stuff and put that more into storage.
Yeah, like I say, save that up and start your museum. So, what you got, Joe? Impress us with a deal.
See. Let's see here. Well, Artemis, the man who owns Custom Mod Creations. Well, what is going on with this guy? Well, one good thing, I'm going to put a link in the room. He invented, and people are going to be like, what? But he invented the Kayfun Black Edition. Well, what is the Black Edition? Well, Artemis, he was just an eBay seller, and he didn't like what he saw in certain things, the Atomo mods, the Tridents, and most importantly and most famously, his Black Edition Kayfun lights. And what he did is he told the manufacturers, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, and I want this. And the manufacturer made it for him. He bought them. Huge success on eBay. Monstrous success. I must have sold for this guy 5,000 to 6,000 of these. Okay? If you go to the link, there's 2 reviews. These are by far the best Kayfun experience you can have. Better than the original. That's the advantage, one advantage of the clone. People don't like clones, blah, 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 but there is one distinct advantage. They take the defects of the original and take them out. So they have that time to learn and retool, and they make a better product sometimes. And that's what the Kayfun Black Edition's about. It's better airflow. It's got this L-shaped airflow on the bottom. You know, it's just a better overall vape. And they also have the black. The Big Man Boom is just reading my mind. They actually have the Black Edition in black now, which makes a hell of a lot more sense, because I remember the original Black Edition, we were like, this is not black. But it's just a really, really, really cool thing. Now, the Tridents and the Atomos that are on his site too are also the same way. He goes in and he tells the manufacturer, if it's copper plated, I'd like to see it silver plated contacts. I don't like the bottom button. Can you shore it up this way? Can you polish this? Can you do this? There's small little nitpicky things that he goes and tells the manufacturers to change, and they do it for him. And that's why he's called Custom Mod Creations. And he's cheap. I mean, the Kayfun Black Edition, somebody asked before if there's a coupon. They used to be $49.99. He dropped the price to $44.99. He also ships to Canada. So you got nothing to worry about.
Alrighty, and I'm hearing all over the place that these are, those who've built an awful lot of Kayfuns, not me, I've built a few, are saying these are, bar none, their best experience. So there you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moving on, I was pretty excited to see this drop this week. And when I say drop, I mean drop. We've seen the embossed King and Chiyu styles before, but this one has now come out at a price that's pretty tempting. You know, they were closer, they were getting near twice that when they first dropped. So all of the intricate detailing in the tubes on these ones, they're just gorgeous to look at. And for those of you who can't afford the several $1,000s for some of the beautiful artistry that's out there, now granted, that's an art piece. I'm not valuing that as a mod. That is an art piece. But this is a nice happy medium that you don't have to be afraid to take out of the house with you.
Right. These are modeled after an artist called Otto Carter. He does a lot of work for VapeRev, and he hand tools each mod. They're absolutely gorgeous. They cost, I don't know, $3,000 or $4,000 a piece. But they said, well, we can make it kind of look the same, and make it pretty and sell it for $22. So I think these are really, really, really nice. If you want a little, little ornamentation to your mod, it's not just a simple, smooth design. It's got a little pizzazz to it.
Mm-hmm.
But
definitely a conversation starter.
I'm certainly not going to spend $3,000 on Otto Carter. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, even though I've seen them. They only have one or two on the site, and the guy, I mean, he sits there for hours tooling this mod. It's time is money, but Jesus, I mean, for $3,000 or $4,000, I can find a lot better things to spend that much money on.
Well, like I say, someone purchasing one of those isn't purchasing a mod. They're purchasing an art piece that, oh, by the way, you can vape. But if the look appealed to you and is just out of reach, here's something, like I say, that if something happened to it, you're not going to have a heart attack.
Now, somebody just put a link in the room. Big Man Boom put in a steampunk version of an Otto Carter, going for $3,000 from VapeRev. Okay, so I mean, this is the level that we're talking about. Now, this is if you go back to the Otto Carter, I'm seeing if there's another one here. Okay. No, the ones that they just recently put up. But at minimum, you're paying $1,000 for an Otto Carter. At minimum. Yeah. So, and oddly, they're all out of stock. So people are buying these.
Oh yeah, someone knows.
Spending $1,000 on PVs. Now, hey, if I was a millionaire and I was married to Tiger and I was like, hey baby, it's your 10-year vape anniversary. Here's an Otto Carter. Would you vape it, Tiger?
Oh, Joe, I probably would. and mostly it would be in a locked cabinet and polished. And if I vaped it, it would be with the white glove. um, yeah.
Well, you would be worth it. That's all I'm saying.
Aww. You're gonna make me blush, and I'm in color tonight, so there's no hiding.
Well, good.
All right, I'm moving on. Changing the subject. Let's talk about Nemis. For those of you who've seen the copper, now I do warn you, we ran two of them concurrently in this deal because they were the copper and the copper accent. The copper, the full copper, is no longer on sale. Now, you know, even at its discounted price currently, it's under $25. It's a heck of a deal. No question there. But the black is still on sale after coupon code, and the coupon code is listed in the link I've given you there. It drops down to 20 bucks 20 cents. You've got the black tubes and copper accents, and you know everything you're accustomed to seeing in an Nemi. It's a great deal and a hot looking deal too. And I'm thinking, you know, those black Kayfuns that Joe was just talking about. That would be one killer setup.
Is this the first black and copper?
Sammy Cake's silver contacts, and silver is an even better conductor than copper. So, you know, I wouldn't complain about that.
Now, is this the first black and copper Nemesis out there?
The first
I don't remember seeing it.
The first one I'm aware of, the black tubes that I've seen when they're selling a finished mod are coming with the steel accents. So this is the first one I'm aware of with the copper accent.
Yeah, because this is definitely a different. I've actually never seen I mean, maybe I haven't seen it before, but I've never seen a black Nemesis with any accents. You know, a clone.
And Big Bam, you are completely right, and we'll talk a little bit about rose gold later in the show, as a matter of fact, but yeah, you're right. I think the rose gold might also complement beautifully because it mimics that copper color.
Does a shiny stainless Nemesis clone exist? Sure, they're out there.
Absolutely.
That would be the, is that the VaporJoe edition?
I'm not good with the names. I'm not sure if the VaporJoe was polished or not. Let me see what we can come up with super quick here.
Yeah, definitely. I think what happens is with this Nemesis is we're so used to seeing this new Stingray with the black and copper that we're like, oh, we've seen this before. I've never seen a black Nemesis with accents of any kind before. And for 20 bucks, I think it's badass. And all the important parts are copper, so I think it's great.
Now you know you have a point. I'm only coming up with brushed. The only shiny throughout version that I'm seeing in our usual haunts is a chromed brass black. So maybe that hasn't hit the copycat yet. Janet has a shiny steel. Where'd yours come from, Janet? You betcha I love to vape. You've got an 8 in there. You're messing me up.
I bet, you know, they've had numerous different Nemesises on Fast I'm assuming one of them's got to be a shiny. It's got to be.
I only saw in a really quick search the brushed versions, but you know.
I've had two people ask me this. Do I have the auto on VaporJoes? No, the auto carder I couldn't list on VaporJoes. It's just entirely too expensive. It's a couple $1,000s.
Did Eva find one? Let's have a look. Copy.
No, that is a auto carder recreation of
yeah.
Of the steampunk.
Right on.
I've got all my shiny on eBay.
In an antique copper finish on brass. That looks really good.
Yeah, it's really, really
Probably
nice.
a hard hitter too, being, you know, the base metal brass. That's pretty.
And not $3,000. Yeah, you just got it.
Oh, Eve is another excellent deal finder. She's the one that put me onto the deal that got me my first Vamo. As a new, pretty new vapor. That was my first regulated mod. I was pretty excited about that.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So get over and check out the black and copper Nemesis. Nice stuff.
Well, for those of you who are rebuilders, I've got another good one for you, and this is on the stainless steel rope. Now, there's so many variants out there of what people are using. This particular one is the 7x7, and it's 316 stainless steel, good grade steel, and 5 meters for less than $10. You're looking at a third of the price anybody's charging for this stuff. I'm seeing a foot going for $2, and that's considered, you know, a decent price. So I've got some of this on order. Definitely, I will let you know what I think of it when it comes in. This is 2 millimeters, so it's going to work in a lot of places. There are some atomizers out there that are going to be a little small on the wick hole for that, but we'll give it a shot. Let's see what we think, because I've used the steel cable in a couple of places, but I'd like to give it a little bit more of a rigorous testing, so we'll be able to do that.
I can do this. I can do this for you because I'm using stainless steel in the Convict. Now I'm not much of a rebuilder, but I can tell you how it works, and it rocks. The problem is this Convict has 16 milligram in it, and I didn't realize. and it's just.
And it's knocking you on your butt.
Yeah, I mean, I've never used stainless steel rope until this build, and it really works well. It really works well. Yeah, somebody said it's the 7x7. I remember somebody telling me when they built this that they used that particular rope in this build, and it's brutal. Like it wicks extremely well.
Yeah,
The
a lot of
problem
what
again
people...
is I'm at. Sorry, go on.
A lot of what people are using is also the 7x19. Now that's going to be much finer wires and much smaller holes between. For me, I typically find I like the coarser wicking. I don't use 400 mesh hardly at all anymore. Now, you know, I'm not saying I won't reach for it if it's the closest thing, but most of what I'm using is 325. And for me, for how I build and how I vape, it seems that the coarser stuff performs a little better for me. So I'm thinking
Right.
of 7x7 with one wrap of the 325 mesh over it. That's what I've used so far, and I'm happy. So I want to, like I say, I want to try it some more. Oh, and
Yeah,
Vape and Chevy's use both. There we go.
Yeah, the way they have this particular build here, it's the stainless steel rope with eco wool over it, rather than the mesh, and it works fantastic. I mean, really nice stuff.
Well, I'm not aware of any current deals on 325 Elf, but just for you, I'm gonna do a little hunting. We'll see what we can come up with for next week. Wish me luck.
Okay, yeah, you know, there hasn't been a lot of deals on mesh, but then again...
No, it's rare. It's very rare to see.
Okay, so let's talk some dripping action. It's been drippers for me. This is called the Stellan. Okay, now the Stellan is a extremely gorgeous dripper. Reminds me a little bit of the Quasar, in the sense of how the airflow works. Rather than holes, you use slots, and you can adjust it easier by making the slot full blown or close the throttle off and make it a little less airy. Now, this particular deal, $15.99, does not come with the drip tip. There was one going for $19.99. It came with the drip tip. This one does not come with one, so it's $4 cheaper. I used the same pictures because I was lazy. You can hit me later. But I'm really loving the look of this. It's the three-piece system and dual coil or single coil build. Comes from 101 Vape. Anybody from Canada will know 101 Vape is a very Canadian-friendly place to buy stuff. You can also buy this on Fast Tech. They actually just came out with the Stellan Fast Tech for, I think, $8. Now, depending on how much time you want to wait is how much, your whichever way you want to buy, how much time you want to wait. That's your thing. I like 101 Vape because they ship quick. It'll get to me in, for me, a couple days. For Canada, I don't know, 7 days. If you're using Fast Tech, it'll take 2 weeks. So it depends on which way you want to go. But it's a fantastic dripper. The people who've used it told me that it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I have one on order, and I can't wait to use it.
Yeah, I think the airflow on that one with the long slots, that's going to be a win.
I am checking out the image. Let me just put in the camera.
And for those of you who were wondering about the Fast Tech one Joe referred to, Eva's got the link in there for you, just a little ways back. Thanks, Eva.
Yeah, so there's two different options for you. Now, if you are in the United States and you want to spend the few extra bucks, probably go with 101. If you're, in New Zealand, I would probably, definitely take advantage of the Fast Tech one. Both made by the same company. I'm only aware of one company making this right now, so you won't have to worry if one is better than the other. I think they're both made by the same company. But pretty sexy looking dripper. Definitely sexy.
Well, if you want to talk about sexy drippers, Joe, I got one for you. That's the Valkyrie, and this is on for $51.49, and one of the most talked about dripper hybrids that we've seen. One of the nice things about this is the EH Pro, and for those of you who've been following the Valkyrie, the original early ones had some problems. And problems with the button. EH Pro has, by all accounts, worked those out. So this is one case where the clone may perform better than the original. Just a beautiful mod with that sloped look to it. Oh, Scorpio loves his. And Janet.
Scorpio.
Yeah, I love that, Nick. It's fun to say. The Valkyrie has been around for a while, and even those who had the button problem still love them. The original problem with the Valkyrie is the button on the bottom got hot, real hot, and they stopped making them. And then they re-released them in legit versions with the fixed button. But before that, the clones came out, and they made this version, and they also made a Jenny version, which the original Vicious Hand Valkyrie never had a Jenny version. You get your choice. If you go over, is that 101 babe? This one's actually at Mad Vapes.
Oh, Mad Vapes. Okay, Mad Vapes actually may also, when you click that link, they also may have the Jenny version here into Genesis style, which is in a brushed stainless. Either way, they're really, really great. Very, very stylish, very, very sleek, and at more than half the price. Man, this Mega Kanger is kicking ass.
Now, Eva's put a link in for the Fast Tech version of a Valkyrie. Now, the difference with that one is that it doesn't have the true slope to the tubes, but it does mimic that look. So there's another option for you as well. Thanks, Eva.
Yeah, this is the Jenny version then.
This is the Jenny one you were talking about. Right on. I see it. Okay. So there you
Now,
go.
if you in the drop-down menu, look at the sandblasted stainless. I think it's far better looking. If you had to pick between the two, I'm a big fan of that sandblasted stainless version. I just think it looks, I don't know, something about it that I really, really like. But again, this is the Jenny version, not the hybrid dripper.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I think Jennies are going to the wayside. I think people are really starting to come around the dripper, and everybody seems to kind of pushing the Jennies off to the side a little bit. But me being the rebuilder that I'm not, my opinion doesn't count as much. But I see as far as what's selling, I think drippers are selling far more than Jennies these days.
Well, I love my Jennies for the convenience. You fill the tank, you vape for a long time. But drippers, even I'll admit it's hard to beat the flavor, and that's where you're going to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I have a little deal here for those with the black PVD. They came out with Vicious Ant Pharaoh style black PVD drip tips. Now I have a Pharaoh stainless on top of this Mega Kanger here, but they came out with a black PVD version. Let me just put a link in the room. For those of you who want to complete your look with the with your black PVD, now you have your black PVD drip tips. Cheap as hell at 5 for $7.76. I bought the original stainless steel versions, which are also great, and I think you can also select those from the drop-down menu. Let me come on, fast tag, there we go. Yep, they got the stainless steel versions. No, actually, no. In this particular one, you can only do the single or the 5-pack. They do make a stainless steel version of this anyway, but regardless, the black PVD looks really awesome, really sleek. They are pretty incredible for the price. You get 5 for $7. I've seen brick and mortar sell these easily for $6 or $7 a piece. So 5 times. So if you want a brick and mortar Eva, buy yourself 100 of them, and you could resell them at a great price, and they're fully worth it. I mean, this is a $5 drip tip without blinking an eye. I mean, it's going to last forever. It fits wonderfully. It completes most drippers. It looks like it just belongs on top of this Mega Kanger. Looks great.
Now, are we certain it's the PVD though, Joe? Because when I looked at these, they actually say black chromed on it. Now, I know sometimes there is a little bit of a difference in the language and translation. So either way, it's a safe finish and looks great and pretty durable. So, but I just want to be sure that.
The last time there was a discussion in a forum somewhere about these, and the word black chromed and PVD, they were kind of unsure what was what, but
okay.
If you look at the color, when you look at something called like a black chrome, and you look at something like PVD, you can kind of tell the difference. I'm just going by the pictures,
right?
But either
the black chrome tends to have more of a almost gray gunmetal look to it.
Right. Now, either way, for $5 for $7, I mean 5 tips for $7, black chrome, black PVD. Let's just say it is black chrome, then you put it on top of a black PVD. It's not going to matter. I mean, because it's 5 for $7. You know what I mean? These are extremely, extremely reasonable. So I really don't care as long as they're not painted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? As long as there was some kind of, as long as there was some kind of something better than paint, because paint will come off and get it in your mouth and it's disgusting. So, you know, you get paint chips and stuff in your mouth. That would be terrible.
Alrighty, next up, and I'm going to get you to talk a little bit about this because you've got the original, and I'm lagging behind there. The Big Nasty, and this is a
I
26.
got the Big Nasty, baby.
Oh, Joe, are you going to show us?
Yeah. I'm going to show you right now.
This is a 26650 mechanical, and Joe's got his in hand. Giggle, giggle.
I have my Big Nasty in hand right now. Just give me a moment. I got my Big Nasty in hand. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so here's the difference. We have, I have two. One is the clone, one is the original. Very, very hard to tell the difference. Now, this is the clone. Original. There are some differences. Now, I have to tell you, in terms of, I spent $130 on this one, and I was given this at Vape Fest. I was the first one in the world to actually vape on it, because the person who gave it to me never vaped on it, and he was the first person to get it, so technically I was the first person in the world to vape this. There is one key difference between them. The Big Nasty button, if you can see it, is a recessed button. I mean, sorry, yeah, a recessed button that you kind of just push in. On the clone, the full bottom is the button. Now, the reason for that is there was a lot of voltage loss with this button, and this cures the problem on the clone. Again, another example of how the clone sometimes is an improvement over the original. However, there is a DNA 30 add-on that's coming out for the Big Nasty that will not fit on this. These are not interchangeable. These aren't one-to-ones. You cannot change threading on these things. But the clone is actually a little bigger. That's the top of the clone. That's the top of the original Big Nasty. You can see the clone is a bit wider than the original. But all in all, I've used them both. Feel in the hand exactly the same. Vape wise, I think the clone's a little better because it doesn't have as much voltage loss. And in the end, though, if you're going to get the DNA 30 upgrade for this bad boy, which will be the first 26650 DNA 30 mod, the Big Nasty is still the way to go. So if you're just looking for a 26650 mechanical, yeah, you might want to just pick this one up for $26. It's good. Was that good? Did I show off my Big Nasty good enough?
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. That was awesome. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Anytime, baby, anytime. Okay, now I'm lost in the sauce. Hold on a second here. I
always laugh when you say that.
All right. Yeah, I have something for you. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Alrighty.
Where'd I go?
I do not know.
Yes, here we go. So to go back to, again, more drippers. This has been a dripper week, dripper 2 weeks. The Quasar was replicated. Now I have the original Quasar. I have it sitting on top of this copper. Quasar isn't one of the best drippers going. Okay. It's just wonderful. It's just God. It's just divine.
Now, in your estimation, Joe, with the original in hand and the high quality pictures you've had to compare to, how close did they get?
Let me head over there real quick. That will tell. Now I was lucky enough to get the Quasar at cost. Okay, got a couple of them. It cost me $70 a piece. That's at cost. Okay. The Quasars that I see in front of me are pretty damn close. The only thing that I've noticed, the posts are a little higher on the clones. The S on the logo on the brass looks like an 8.
Okay.
But all in all, it looks pretty damn close. Now, the vape itself remains to be seen. There are people saying things through, just looking at it could be this, it could be that. There's an eye missing. There's this, as far as the logo is concerned. But for $8, can you really go wrong? Like I said, I spent 70 on this thing, and you have one. Did I send you one?
Yep.
Did you
I haven't built it yet. I haven't built anything lately. I just haven't had the time. I'm going to take a day off here, and I'm going to just sit and build jennies and drippers all day.
And yeah, you should, because there are quite a few wonderful things I have sent your way that still remain to be built, and I would love to know, like the noble and all those.
I know. I look at it every day, and my heart breaks a little more.
But it's a wonderful dripper. Now what makes the Quasar neat was the ability to just shut off the air holes. I mean, this is one dripper you can walk out of the house with and not worry about the juice flying out everywhere, because you can completely shut off the air control. You just turn it and everything is fully shut off. And that was one of the big things. Now, of course, if you turn it completely upside down, you're going to get juice to drip out. But the Quasar was built with that in mind, that you could make it a portable dripper. Mm-hmm. You could fall to the side, you could do whatever, and you're not going to get any juice in your lap. So that was another big selling point of the Quasar. And it's just great. It's just a wonderful dripper. And I bought 3 of these in brass because the original Quasars didn't have any other colors than, of course, stainless steel. That's why I have it on this. I bought 3 brass for my coppers and my other brass mods.
Boy, oh boy, we've come a long way from Cardo's VaporJoe.
Yeah.
Oh, that was, you went totally Jersey on me there. Yeah. Alrighty, well, I promised I would talk a little bit about rose gold, and looking at it again, I think you're right, it would look deadly on that black and copper Nemi. There it is, the rose gold Kayfun, and you're ahead of me. Well done. This is shipping from the US, so no waiting for overseas and all of that fun and games. It's the plus, it's the Kayfun Light Plus version. So now I'm not as up to speed on all of the iterations of the Kayfuns as some folks are. I haven't quite taken to them. My favorite in that style is still the fogger. I'm still stuck. I'm still hung up on the fogger. But the Kayfuns are great because, like Joe was just saying, this is a pocket and purse friendly vape. As long as you're not driving through the mountains. My other co-host on Friday nights took one through the mountains. Because of the way they're designed, sitting upright, of course, your juice is a gravity feed. When the air pressure changes, you can actually push a lot of juice out from the air expanding. And so yeah, don't drive through the mountains, or if you do, definitely hold it upside down, I guess, so it's air pushing out. But other than that, just around town and stuff, these are great in your purse or pocket. You're not going to leak juice everywhere, but you're getting a great rebuildable vape. Lots of flavor.
Right, and I'm a big fan of the rose gold color. I've always been a big fan of that color. It's not quite brass, it's not quite copper, it's kind of its own unique look. From what I understand, the Kayfun Light Plus V2, the original version, I'm talking the $100 version, is supposed to be the answer to the Russian. So what they did was they cloned the Russian they cloned a clone of a clone.
Yeah, yeah, essentially.
And it just can go on forever. And so they came out with the rose gold, the stainless, the gold, and the black. And yeah, it's a great price at $33.24 out of VaporTech USA. I know John very, very well, the owner, and good guy. Ships to Canada, no problem.
And
while you're there,
Eva's got a great point. It is a pre-order technically, but these were expected to leave China actually last week. So it's sort of a semi-pre-order. It was already in play, but he's pre-selling. So to the best of our knowledge, these are already well on their way to North America.
Right. And while you're there, after you click the link and you're on the site, you might want to take a look at, he's got the Tobe, which is a great Addy. And for those of ladies that are looking for a dripping atomizer, he's got the RDA dripping atomizer in pink for $3.99. Those little, what are those, the squid tanks?
Well, they're basically a kind of a knockoff of one of the most highly regarded little drippers ever. It's an oldie but a goodie, the ERA, and unparalleled for flavor. So
right, and it's only $4. So throw a couple of those in there and give them to your girlfriends, or if you're a lady who's ordering, pick a few up for yourself. But his side related products, they got some pretty crazy stuff at VaporTech. There's another thing I was looking at. He's got the Stingray in copper, red copper. I didn't even know he had this. This is another pre-order for $42.99 before coupon. Absolutely, did you see this thing? It's absolutely gorgeous.
Eva, I do have a deal on batteries coming out tomorrow, and it's not written yet, so I can't share it. But yeah, tomorrow that'll be my we've actually had the day off today because of the 6 million hit celebration day. But back online tomorrow noon, so midday tomorrow I'll have that up for you.
Yep. But when you get over to VaporTech, check out his other stuff. He's got some really crazy stuff over there. He's also the guy who was running the 722 for $79.99, which I have right here.
$75 shipping, Eva. I don't blame you for waiting.
But all in all, great. God, we got 8 minutes to go, Tiger. What else you got for us?
What else have I got? Well, let me show you. Another Nemi. You know, I just don't get tired of the Nemis. I love the style of that. I love the way the button works. It's so innovative. You get a perfect fit every time. You start from the top down, always top down. Attach your atomizer, adjust your pin so that it's meeting perfectly, so that you've got that nice flush mount. You never have to worry about that. In goes your battery, and then the switch just screws on until it's snug with the battery. Good, you're good to go. Just a no-brainer, and I love the innovative design of that switch, and now we've seen that mimicked in the Stingray and so forth. The thing that's kind of nice about this one, it's for those of you who like the brass. Now let me see. Oh no, is it not handy? Oh, okay, it's there, but it doesn't have anything on it. I guess I can still show you the finish. The brass, and especially in my hands, is going to patina quick. Mine always gets that buttery sort of dull finish. And a lot of people really love that, but a lot of people want it to stay that bright gold. Well, here's your solution. This one's gold-plated. It's going to maintain that bright gold look, with much more minimal maintenance. It's a stainless steel primarily, so easy care, and it's gonna keep that bright gold.
Very, very nice. Really nice.
And then, well, let's just motor on through, and then we can take some questions. One last one here, and let's just share the picture. Something a little different. Now, we've seen a lot of mechanicals, and at this point, Joe, you've kind of indicated at times that the only thing changing is the cake decorating. That, they're all essentially a metal tube, And but this one's got some kind of unique, and Big Bam's got it. I'm not even gonna try. There you go. Thank you, Big Bam. This one's got some kind of unique detailing, and one of the things I like about this one is the way they approach the venting. Now let me show you what I mean. You can kind of see in the one picture here, you see the detailing in the tube, those horizontal rings that run through the tube. Well, that's where they've hidden the venting. You've got 3 long horizontal vent holes in there, ample venting, and kind of it lends itself into the detailing, into the design. It does have a locking ring. I think it works a little differently than typical, but you can prevent it from accidental fire. And you've got the different detailing. I love the detailing on the button of this one. Now, the picture here does not do it justice. Follow the links. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Right. I've been taking a break on buying mods. I have a lot, but lately I've been picking up more. I bought the PAPs. I bought this one. I haven't gotten this one yet. I got the PAPs though, and this one's really nice for the price. I mean, simplicity is key, and this is another simple mod. Looks nice. I like the bottom button on it. I like the design on it. I'm trying to figure out what the design is. Is it like a sick-looking devil snake with its tongue hanging out, or is it a
I thought it had.
unicorn or something?
I thought it almost looked a little wolfish to me, but yeah, jury's out on that one.
But whatever it is, it's badass. And don't forget, this comes with 2 tubes. This isn't just the mod. It also comes with the. It has the 18650. Oddly, it has an 18650 and it has an 18350 tube. They didn't throw in the 18500 tube. I don't know why, but it does come with an extra tube. So.
In all fairness, that's the size factor that's used the least. So they've hit the 2 most commonly desired sizes.
Right. So, but you're getting an extra tube with this with the 2292. So another big bonus. And just looking at it, I love the bottom button on this. I love the design. I love the air, I guess you call them air grates that you can call, on the side. And of course, way on the bottom, you have your divots for venting or what have you. I think it's a great little mod.
Now, someone asked a little while back, and I'm sorry I didn't get to it then, about how am I getting such big clouds. Well, first of all, in the grand scheme of things, they're not that big. There's people creating weather systems, but yeah, I'm getting a good vape off this, and I'll tell you what it is. This is the black 26650 Stingray. I've got the Lotus clone on top. And the build is super simple. I mean, considering what the Lotus is designed to do, I've just kept it just ridiculously simple. I've got a single vertical coil positioned directly over the air intake in the base, and I'll show you that. This one actually has 2 air intakes. You see that small hole in the base right there? That one feeds up through the base, and I've got my vertical coil sitting right over that, cotton wadded all around, fluid in the cotton, and I'm running the upper air hole just about full open. You can see I've got it just a little bit closed off there, which is unusual for me, but this one's got such crazy airflow, and it's giving me a great vape. So you see, you don't always have to build them crazy and fancy. You can get a great vape off of old school build. This is called the Lotus. It was actually designed to complement the design of the Meraxis, but it was handy when the Stingray showed up and I didn't have a 26650 dripper to put on top, so it was like, what the heck, it's going on there, and that's where it's been ever since.
Right. That's absolutely right. So we got a few minutes.
Thanks for the link, Big Bam. I will warn the folks clicking. They have raised the price since then, but for the vape I'm getting off this, even at 13 and change, I think I wouldn't complain.
It's a big honking atomizer too. That's no little atomizer. That thing is huge.
No, that's sitting on a 26650 mod, so you get a appreciation because of the extra sort of fins, flanges, whatever you want to call them on the rotating airflow control.
It's the Ron Jeremy of drippers. It's big. Yeah, when I got that thing, it came in the mail. I thought they sent me a mod, and I'm like, this is a freaking dripper? Oh my god, this thing's a monster. It's a really, really big dripper. So we have a few minutes. I haven't really brought this up on Done Deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to talk about, for a moment, I'd like to turn your attention to Vaping Underground. It's a new forum that the VaporJoe's network is opening. TygerTyger itself will be a big part of it. We're trying to get this new forum open by the end of the month, hopefully. We are dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and getting it all together. But when it goes live, we'd like to see you all there. And it's going to be a lot of fun, especially with TygerTyger in there. She's going to be a big part of it. She's doing a lot for the underground, and this is going to be a place for vapors, by vapors. I mean, most of the people that are involved in this project are people that are fed up and frustrated from other forums. And we're going to try to make this the most vapor-friendly, there's going to be rules and regulations about where you can post and where you can't post and all this other stuff. And we hope to make it a very competitive forum. And we want all the Canadians there as well. This is an international forum. This is not just for Americans.
Absolutely.
And this is something I want Tiger to take up personally, is to make all the international people welcome to the forum. So it should open by the end of the month. Just get in there and put in your email address, and you'll get all the latest and greatest updates and any of the new trailers we put out. We're doing something a little different.
Well, I think one of the
in
things,
true grand vapor. Go on, honey.
I think one of the things that's really powerful about the mentality behind the Vaping Underground is that all members of the community are welcome. The vapors, the vendors, the modders, the manufacturers, the designers, everybody, and everybody's allowed in on the discussion. One of the things we've all run into at times at other forums that shall remain nameless is vendors aren't allowed to play. Even those that want to offer advice and help and just be in the conversation, unless they're posting in their own little restricted sub-forum, they can find themselves banned, even if they don't mention a product, even if they're just trying to, be part of the community. So definitely that is a big part of the mentality here, is that we're all vapors. Yeah, exactly, Evil Woman. Evil has been banned, and you're in good company. A lot of great people have been banned, and for, a myriad of ridiculous reasons. So,
Right.
we're starting with a totally different mindset.
Right. I want this forum to be fun. I mean, do you know how many times I've asked myself, hey, I'm going to do this giveaway, or hey, I got this, Done Deal is starting. I want to post this in a forum and let everybody know Done Deal is going to start. And I'm like, are we allowed? And everybody's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, that's wrong. Like, somebody should be able to go into a forum and go, hey, this awesome new program is starting, or this program starting with the greatest deals and steals. Get in there and watch it, or whatever network or whatever program. I mean, Quest, Nova, VapeNet, VapeStrong, we are VapeStrong, Vape TV, they're all welcome to go there and post whatever they want to post and let everybody know there's this program or that program, or this deal or that deal, or this advocacy things going on without restriction, and it's just freedom. You can breathe, you don't have to worry about this big weight of like heavy moderators on your shoulder, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for it to open, and I'm very excited, and I hope I see you all there. And thank you for watching Done Deal tonight. We're 4 minutes over time.
Yes, we are. So have a great night, folks. Eva, again, I'll have those batteries ready for you tomorrow. And have a great week, everybody.